Hi everyone, welcome back to this series of project management key concepts from the project management body of knowledge. This one we're looking at is communication models in your project. Now, what are communication models? They represent the communication process, ranging from a basic sender to receiver model to a more interactive model of communication. And we'll look at both. This is the sort of thing that you will come across in an MBA or in a business course, and certainly you will need to know for your project management career. Here's a brief example as well where we've got the sender over here and the receiver over here. We're encoding the message, transmitting that message. Might come up some noise in between, and the receiver has to decode that message through their current emotional state, through the things that they're going on, that are going on in their lives, their personal biases or assumptions that they might have, which we all have. And of course, when we're encoding a message, we're putting that into a message as well. And that's a really good example. The basic sender-receiver communication model describes, it's a process that consists of two parties defined as the sender and defined as the receiver. And there are a few things that go on in this basic model. First of all, the sender encodes the message. So they're using their words, or they're using symbols, or for example, words on a page that, or if it was ancient Egypt, it would be hieroglyphs. How are we communicating and sending that message? We're transmitting the message. So we're transmitting that from me to whoever reads it in the end. Now, in between, when it's being transmitted, it can come against noise, so in the message. So lastly, the person who receives the message has to decode it, and that's translated by the receiver back into a form that's useful to that receiver. When we look at it that way, we can be much more careful about the way we communicate to people so that everybody understands. Now, there is an interactive model as well, and this can help with understanding a message. Basically, it's the same as the basic model. We've got two parties, the sender and the receiver, but it recognizes the need to ensure that the message has been understood. So there's a check here. Basically, upon receipt of the message, the receiver might acknowledge that they received it. So that you might be nodding your head as you're talking to someone, or if someone gets an email, you might say, thank you very much, I got that email, thank you. And so that doesn't necessarily mean agreement, but it just means that they received it. Now, after that, they would provide feedback or a response to the message. So we're acknowledging, oh yes, I understand, and here's what I think about it. So they tell their own thoughts and ideas into that message, and then they transmit that message back to the original sender. Now, let me give you a quick example from Procter & Gamble. This is from the book Playing to Win, I believe, by Alan Lafley. Wonderful book, and he talks about something called the assertive inquiry that they used. And this is where, in the boardroom, they said, this is the way I see it, and do you see it the same way? So am I missing anything? By doing that, they were saying, hey, this is everything these are my thoughts and views. They're sending that message out, and then they're asking directly for feedback and a response. So they're not waiting for that. Someone doesn't have to have that model already ingrained in their system. They're asking for that feedback. Do you see it the same way as I see it? What have I missed? By doing that, they were actually able to really improve their communication and get more information from people than they might have been given, under usual circumstances. That's the assertive inquiry from Procter & Gamble. And that is communication models from the PMBOK guide.